Let's talk about something powerful, how to make her chase you after no contact. Because here's the truth, the moment you go silent, something inside her begins to shift. But not because of manipulation or games, it's because silence has a language of its own. It's not about ignoring her. It's about reminding yourself who you were before the noise, before the arguments, before the emotional chaos. No contact isn't about her at all. It's about asterisk asterisk, you asterisk asterisk. When you step back, you create space, and in that space, something incredible happens. Asterisk asterisk, clarity asterisk asterisk. You begin to see where you lost yourself trying to hold on to someone who was never supposed to complete you. You realize you were chasing what should have been effortlessly reciprocated. That realization changes everything. Because the moment you stop needing her to see your worth, your energy changes, and energy is what she feels before your words ever reach her. Women don't chase silence, they chase asterisk asterisk, powerful presence in silence asterisk asterisk. There's a big difference. When you go no contact but remain emotionally desperate inside, she can sense it. She knows when your silence is just a disguise for pain. But when your silence comes from strength, when you're not waiting, not hoping, not replaying every moment, she feels something entirely different. She feels your asterisk asterisk detachment asterisk asterisk. And that's what awakens her attraction, because feminine energy is drawn to masculine certainty. It's not about playing cold, it's about being asterisk asterisk calm asterisk asterisk. So during no contact, don't waste time counting days, checking her online status, or wondering if she's moved on. That mindset keeps you stuck. Use this time to asterisk asterisk, rebuild your identity asterisk asterisk. The best revenge is always evolution. Go to the gym, not to show her, but to show yourself that you're capable of discipline. Work on your goals, not to impress her, but to remind yourself that your mission is bigger than any relationship. Reconnect with your friends, your hobbies, your passion. Fill the silence with growth. Because when you fill your life with meaning, she starts to feel your absence differently, not as a punishment, but as a loss of something asterisk asterisk valuable asterisk asterisk. Women are naturally drawn to men who are in control of their emotions. The moment she senses you're no longer emotionally dependent, curiosity begins to spark. She wonders what changed. Why aren't you reacting? Why aren't you chasing? Why do you seem so at peace? That's when her mind starts working against her. She replays memories, she analyzes old messages, she compares the version of you she remembers with the one she sees now, the one who doesn't need her approval to feel powerful. That's when she begins to chase, not because you manipulated her into it, but because your transformation awakened her respect. You see, attraction is not about looks, words, or even gestures. It's about asterisk asterisk energy asterisk asterisk. And when your energy shifts from seeking to becoming, from needing to choosing, from waiting to moving, everything changes. She starts to feel your silence as confidence, not distance. Your calmness becomes your loudest statement. Your peace becomes the most magnetic quality you have. So don't break no contact to get a reaction. Don't reach out because you miss her. Let her feel your absence, but more importantly, asterisk asterisk, let yourself feel your growth asterisk asterisk. Because if you truly want her to chase you, it won't happen because you pulled away. It will happen because you pulled yourself asterisk asterisk together asterisk asterisk. When you become a man grounded in his purpose, aligned with his values, and driven by his inner peace, she'll notice. Not because you're trying to prove something, but because energy like that cannot go unnoticed. That's how you make her chase you, not through silence as a weapon, but through silence as a reflection of your strength. When your absence carries the weight of self-respect, your presence becomes irresistible, and in that moment, you realize the goal was never to make her chase you. The goal was to become the kind of man she can't help but want to follow. When you walk away, truly walk away, you're not doing it to make her miss you. You're doing it to find yourself again. That's the part most people never understand. Walking away isn't an act of revenge. It's an act of reclamation. It's you taking back your energy, your time, and your emotional power that you may have been giving away too freely. When you decide to go silent, it's not about showing her what she lost. It's about rediscovering what you lost inside yourself. Because sometimes, in the noise of chasing, explaining, proving, and trying to be understood, you forget your own voice. And when you go quiet, that voice begins to return. You see, real strength isn't found in control. It's found in surrendering to the truth that you can't make someone love you, you can't make someone respect you, and you can't make someone value you by trying harder. You do it by stepping back, by walking away with dignity. That's when your energy shifts from desperation to direction. You stop asking, "What can I do to make her see my worth?" and start realizing, "My worth was never hers to validate." That's where power begins. When you walk away, you are teaching yourself discipline. You are telling your heart, "I choose peace over chaos." You are telling your mind, "I don't need closure from anyone who was comfortable hurting me." That's the foundation of emotional strength. Because walking away takes more courage than chasing, it's easy to beg for attention, it's hard to stand in silence and let your absence speak. But silence, when rooted in strength, becomes magnetic. She begins to feel it too, because women don't miss men who are needy or reactive. They miss men who are rare. And rare men don't chase validation. They know that when they walk away, they're not leaving out of weakness, they're leaving out of wisdom. That wisdom says, "If it costs my peace, it's too expensive." It's a message that echoes louder than any text you could send, louder than any apology you could make. When she realizes you've walked away not to manipulate her, but to find peace within yourself, her perception begins to change. At first, she might think you're bluffing. She expects you to come back, to break the silence, to seek closure. But when she sees you staying calm, living well, focusing on your goals, that's when the panic sets in. Because silence from a man who used to give everything is a message that needs no words. It says, "I'm no longer available for anything less than respect." And that message cuts deeper than any argument could. This is how true power works. It's quiet, it's consistent, and it's focused inward. The longer you walk in that silence, the more your value grows in her eyes, because what once seemed ordinary becomes unforgettable when it's gone. Your absence becomes a mirror reflecting her choices. She begins to wonder if she took you for granted, if she underestimated your strength, if she misjudged your worth. And while she's questioning, you're transforming. You're building a life so full that even if she comes back, she's no longer the center of it. That's the beauty of walking away. It's not about her coming back. It's about you not needing her to. You stop waiting for validation because your growth becomes your reward. You stop craving attention because peace feels better than her approval ever did. And ironically, that's exactly when she starts to chase, because feminine energy is drawn to masculine certainty, a man who knows who he is, what he stands for, and what he will no longer tolerate. So when you walk away, do it with purpose. Don't look back to see if she's watching. Don't break your silence just to see if she still cares. Walk away not to hurt her, but to heal yourself Because the moment you reclaim your energy, your silence turns into strength, your distance turns into dignity, and your absence becomes the most powerful thing she's ever felt. See, women are emotional beings. They don't chase words, they chase energy That's the truth most men never grasp. You can say all the right things, promise her the world, text her every day, but if your energy is weak, uncertain, or desperate, she will feel it instantly. Women are highly intuitive. They can sense when a man is grounded and when he's pretending. You don't attract a woman by saying what she wants to hear. You attract her by being what she feels safe and drawn to. And that begins with the energy you carry when you go silent. If your silence is born from pain, frustration, or an attempt to control her reaction, it will push her away. She can feel when your no contact is fake, when you're secretly checking her profile, waiting for her message, or hoping she'll chase. But when your silence comes from peace it has a completely different vibration. She feels that calm confidence. She senses that you've detached emotionally, that you're not seeking attention anymore. That's what creates curiosity. She starts to wonder what changed. What made you so calm, so indifferent, so in control? That curiosity begins to grow into attraction. Women are drawn to strength they can't easily shake. When your energy becomes focused inward on your goals, your discipline, your growth, she feels that shift even if you say nothing. That's because masculine energy doesn't chase, it draws in It doesn't beg to be noticed, it commands attention simply by being centered. The moment you stop reacting to her absence and start living fully in your own presence, you create an emotional imbalance she can't ignore. Suddenly, she's the one thinking, replaying memories, wondering why you're so unbothered. The truth is, the most powerful form of attraction is emotional stability When you stay calm while others expect you to break, you become magnetic because calmness is rare. Most people panic when they lose attention or love, but when you can stay silent, composed, and focused, that silence speaks volumes. It says, I know my worth, and I don't need to prove it. That kind of energy shakes people. It makes them question their own behavior. It makes her realize that maybe she underestimated you, and that's when her emotions begin to shift. A woman might not miss your words, but she will miss the feeling she had when she was around your grounded energy. She'll remember how you made her feel the security, the intensity, the passion. And when that feeling is gone, replaced by silence, it creates an emotional void. Her instincts will drive her to close that gap. That's why she starts to chase, not because of what you said or did, but because she feels that your energy is no longer accessible. You have to understand, feminine energy is naturally drawn to strength, certainty, and direction. It's emotional, spontaneous, and seeks grounding in something steady. When you embody that steady presence, that quiet confidence, she will always feel it. You don't have to explain yourself, argue, or prove anything. Your energy becomes your statement, so stop trying to manipulate her feelings through words or gestures. Instead, master your vibration . When your energy is high, when you're focused on your purpose, your health, your discipline, you become impossible to ignore. You move differently, speak differently, and your presence feels different. She might not understand it logically, but emotionally, she'll feel the pull. That's the power of alignment. When your inner world is calm, your outer world begins to attract effortlessly. Never forget, attraction isn't built on effort, it's built on energy. When your silence carries peace, not pain, when your detachment feels natural, not forced, when your focus shifts from her to your own growth, she will feel it. Because energy doesn't lie. She won't chase because you disappeared. She'll chase because you became asterisk asterisk, unavailable on a spiritual level asterisk asterisk. You stopped being the man who needed her, and you became the man who chose himself. And that kind of energy, that kind of self-possession, is what truly makes a woman chase, not because she has to, but because she can't help it. You must become the man whose absence speaks louder than his presence. That line isn't just poetic. It's the essence of power, respect, and true emotional mastery. When your presence is loud, but your absence is silent, people forget you. But when your absence echoes, when it lingers in her thoughts, when it shifts her emotions, when she feels it in her quiet moments, that's when you've truly made an impact. That kind of absence doesn't come from pretending not to care. It comes from being so complete within yourself that your energy leaves a mark even when you're gone. Think about it. The men who leave lasting impressions are never the ones who talk the most or demand attention. They're the ones whose silence says everything. Their energy remains in a room long after they've walked out. Their calm confidence, their focus, their sense of direction. It doesn't need validation. That's the energy you need to embody. Because when your absence becomes powerful, she doesn't just notice that you're gone, she asterisk feels asterisk it. Women are highly perceptive to emotional presence. They can tell when a man's silence is rooted in insecurity and when it's rooted in strength. The first one feels like avoidance, the second feels like mystery, the first one pushes them away, but the second draws them in. When you step back, not because you're afraid or hurt, but because you're grounded and self-assured, it creates an emotional tension she can't easily release. She starts to sense that your world doesn't revolve around her anymore. That realization changes everything. Your absence becomes a mirror. It forces her to confront herself. She starts to wonder, was he really that calm before? Did I misread his strength? Did I take his presence for granted? Those questions start turning into emotions. Curiosity grows into interest. Interest grows into longing. And longing, when mixed with uncertainty, becomes desire. That's how attraction reignites not through effort, but through emotional gravity. But you can't fake that kind of presence in absence. It's not something you perform, it's something you become. You become that man by having a life so full, so meaningful, so purpose driven that your energy expands even when you're silent. You're busy building, growing, and evolving. You're not waiting for her text. You're chasing your vision. You're not replaying old memories. You're creating new ones. You're not trying to be missed. You're trying to be asterisk, better asterisk. And that's exactly what makes you unforgettable, because real presence isn't about being around all the time. It's about being asterisk felt asterisk all the time. When you're the man who carries a strong sense of self, your energy imprints on people. They remember how they felt around you. They remember your calm when things got chaotic. They remember your composure, your depth, your silence that somehow spoke louder than words. That's why when you go no contact, your absence doesn't feel like a punishment. It feels like a loss of something rare. And this is what separates boys from men. Boys disappear to provoke a reaction, men step back to protect their peace. Boys play games with silence, men use silence to rebuild themselves. When you step back for the right reasons, your absence starts to speak a truth no words can express. That you are never dependent on attention, that your value doesn't fluctuate based on her presence. That kind of energy can't be ignored. It commands respect. So the next time you think of reaching out, remind yourself your silence, your composure, your calmness, that asterisk is your voice now. That is what she feels. You don't have to explain what you're doing or why you left. You don't have to post, prove, or announce anything. Let your energy do the talking. Let your evolution tell your story. When your absence speaks louder than your presence, you don't need to chase validation. You become validation. You don't need to demand attention. Your energy naturally attracts it. Because a man who is at peace with himself radiates something that cannot be ignored, a quiet strength, a sense of control, an aura of purpose. And when she finally feels that shift, when she realizes you're not coming back from weakness but walking forward from wisdom, that's when she begins to chase. Not because she lost you, but because she finally saw you. So while you're in no contact, don't sit there counting days, wondering if she's thinking about you. Use this time to rebuild your masculine frame physically, mentally, and emotionally, because the truth is, no contact isn't about waiting, it's about working. It's about redirecting your energy from overthinking to self-building. The more you focus on your growth, the more your energy changes. And when your energy changes, everything around you begins to shift. When you're sitting there refreshing her social media, analyzing her silence, or replaying old memories, you're giving away your power. You're saying, my life is on pause until she notices me again, but the man she will chase, the man any woman is drawn to, is the one who never pauses his life for anyone. He keeps moving, keeps building, keeps becoming better. That's masculine energy. It's forward, moving purpose, driven and self-assured. When you master that, you become magnetic. Rebuilding your masculine frame means recentering yourself. Start with your body. Exercise not just to look good, but to feel powerful. When you move your body, you move your mind. Discipline in the gym translates to discipline in life. Every rep, every run, every drop of sweat builds more than muscles. It builds self-respect. Because when you can control your body, you can control your emotions. Then work on your mind, read, learn, grow. Feed your brain with things that expand your perspective. Learn about psychology, philosophy, business, or self-mastery. Educate yourself until your silence isn't empty. It's filled with wisdom. Because there's nothing more attractive than a man who speaks less and understands more. That depth can't be faked. It's built through solitude, reflection, and focus. And emotionally, this is where the real transformation happens. You must heal. You must process what went wrong, not to blame her or yourself, but to understand your patterns. Ask yourself, why did I give so much? Why did I lose balance? Why did I allow my happiness to depend on someone else's presence? That's not weakness, that's awareness. And awareness is the beginning of mastery. When you understand your emotions instead of running from them, you gain control over them. And emotional control is what separates men who are chased from men who chase. See, women are not attracted to men who are perfect. They're drawn to men who are progressing. When a woman sees that you've evolved, that you've grown into a calmer, stronger, more grounded version of yourself, something in her instincts wakes up. She starts to feel a mix of curiosity and admiration. She starts to wonder what happened to him. He seems different, confident, peaceful. That's when she starts thinking about you, not out of guilt, but out of genuine attraction. This is why no contact works, not because she misses your messages, but because she feels your energy shifting. When you start to glow differently, when your focus becomes sharper, when your peace becomes your priority, she can sense it. Women are emotional empaths. They pick up on vibrations faster than logic. And when she feels that your energy is no longer attached to her, it creates a void she will want to fill again. But here's the catch: you can't fake growth. You can't pretend to be calm while secretly waiting for her text. You have to truly let go, truly evolve. That's the only way your transformation becomes real and therefore magnetic. When your mind is strong, your body disciplined, and your emotions balanced, you become the kind of man who doesn't need to chase because he attracts effortlessly. So don't waste this no contact period counting days. Count progress, count goals achieved, count habits built. Make yourself so focused, so purposeful, so complete that by the time she comes back, you're not even sure if you want her anymore. That's the shift when you become the chooser, not the chaser. Because when you rebuild your masculine frame, when your silence is filled with progress instead of pain, you stop waiting for anyone to value you. You already know your worth. And that confidence, quiet, grounded, unshakable, is what makes her chase you again. Because she was never supposed to be your purpose. She was supposed to be your partner in your purpose. That's where most men lose balance. They meet someone who makes them feel alive, and slowly, without realizing it, they begin to make her the center of their world. Their days start revolving around her moods, their happiness depends on her validation, and their identity becomes tied to whether or not she's there. But love, when it's real and mature, doesn't require you to lose yourself. It requires you to find yourself more deeply asterisk. When you make a woman your purpose, you hand her the emotional power that's meant to belong to you. You start living in reaction instead of creation. Your decisions begin to orbit around what will keep her happy instead of what fulfills you as a man. That's not attraction, that's dependency, and dependency always destroys desire, because no woman is drawn to a man who abandons his direction for her attention. She may appreciate the effort at first, but over time she begins to feel the imbalance. She senses that you've stopped leading your own life, and subconsciously that makes her pull away. Your purpose is the fuel of your masculine energy. It's your mission, your reason, your drive to wake up every morning and build something bigger than yourself. It could be your career, your art, your craft, your growth, anything that challenges and fulfills you. When a man is on his purpose, his energy becomes magnetic. His presence feels focused, driven, and full of meaning. He doesn't need to chase love because love is naturally drawn to that kind of energy. Women don't want to be a man's purpose. They want to join a man who already has one. That's the beauty of polarity. Masculine energy creates direction, and feminine energy flows toward it. When you're deeply aligned with your purpose, you create emotional gravity. She feels safe, inspired, and excited around you because your energy feels grounded. You're not chasing her approval, you're inviting her to be part of something bigger. That's when a relationship becomes powerful, not when two people are trying to fill each other's voids, but when both are full and choose to build together. So if you've lost her, don't try to win her back by proving how much you need her. Show her that you've remembered who you are without her. Reconnect with your vision, rebuild your dreams, take the time to rediscover your mission, the thing that makes your soul come alive. Because when a man rediscovers his purpose, his energy transforms. He becomes confident again, focused again, unshakable again. And that transformation reignites attraction in ways no message or apology ever could. Women can feel when a man has found himself again. They can sense the difference between a man who's waiting and a man who's walking. When you're on your path, you don't have to chase her, your progress pulls her curiosity. She begins to notice your glow, your drive, your self-assuredness. She starts to wonder, did he move on? Has he changed? That mystery, that shift, is what makes her want to be close again. Because she's not chasing your attention, she's chasing your energy asterisk. And here's the truth, when you make your purpose your foundation, love becomes effortless. You stop needing anyone to make you whole, and that's exactly when people start wanting to be part of your world. You become a man of vision, of strength, of quiet confidence, the kind of man whose presence uplifts, not drains. The kind of man who doesn't beg to be understood because his actions speak louder than any words. She was meant to walk beside you, not ahead of you, not behind you, beside you. But that only happens when you lead your own life first. So stop making her your destination and start making her your companion. Because when you live from purpose, you don't lose people, you attract the right ones. You don't chase love, you inspire it. And the woman who truly sees your value will always want to walk beside a man who is grounded in who he is and unstoppable in where he's going.